Welcome to Conversations with Character. I'm here with Eddie Bars, who is an independent artist, but he's approaching the game the way you should approach it. Let's get to know him a little bit. Eddie, tell us about yourself, man. Where are you from?
I am from Chicago, Illinois, born and raised. I did spend some time in the northern suburbs, southern, and a little of the west, forgive me. So all over Illinois.
All right.
Yep.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 29 now. Yep,
Okay.
29 years old. Been doing music probably 10 or 11, I want to say, is when I got my first laptop and started just doing things directly into the laptop, speaking right into it, recording, mixing, mastering, just trying to figure out how they get the songs on the radio to sound like that.
Hell yeah, bro. So, like I said in the beginning, you're really putting yourself out there with your content, trying to push your music. And your music is great, but even great music is not enough to succeed today.
Exactly. Definitely not. There's one big key that everybody has a difficult time actually doing. That one key. But marketing. And to market, you have to have content.
Yep.
So that's what we were talking about. The fact that a lot of artists are just like, oh, I made a song. Yo, here's my song. Go check out my song. I'm an artist. Yo, go check out my song. It's like, I don't know nothing about you. You got no behind the scenes of you in the studio. How do I even know this is your voice? Like, did you write this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, that's what I've been focused on recently.
Would you mind cutting that music that's in the background?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
So, how long ago was it that you started mixing?
A good, like 19 years. Like, yeah,
Wow.
since I've been 10 years old. I'm 29 now. Since I was 10,
What the hell were you mixing on 20 years ago?
Mixcraft 3. I think they might be on like 7 or 9 or something like now. So Mixcraft 3, Audacity, which is just a vocal editor. I was making full songs in Audacity. We had Mixcraft, and then Adobe Edition was like my first kind of real software where it actually felt like I was supposed to be using that. But yeah, since day one, I got a laptop and I learned how to download a beat and convert beats or just record a beat or do something and put my vocals to it. I've been doing it like all day, every day, as much as possible for 19 years.
What are you using now?
Everything. Pro Tools for audio is my favorite. I have a very nice template that makes me feel very comfortable where I can just create. And I'm actually currently on Fruity Loops right now for my production side.
All right. 20 years ago, there was not a YouTube that you could just Google tutorials and things like that. So how'd you learn it all?
I believe that I'm just like a natural engineer because when I got my first software, I love video games as well. So video games and then my natural talent as, wanting to be an engineer and creating things. I got the software open and I literally just filed. Matter of fact, there were tutorials back then, the help section. On every software there's a button. I'm looking at it now. I would literally click help and be like, what is the name of this? Okay, this is my workspace. This is my editing screen. Okay, this is a knob. And then I'm a daredevil at heart. So when I try to do things for the first time, I'm not one of the people that's like, I don't want to mess anything up. I'm like, let me turn this up. Let me turn this down. Let me twist this. Let me twist that. So yeah, I was all day, all night. The first vocals I ever recorded, I literally would listen to a song on the radio and listen to mine, and then literally just by ear try and tweak it. Like, what does this knob do? What does this knob do? Start learning about highs and lows, getting the bass to push through my mixes, then getting the highs to push through my mixes, and then balancing vocals. I don't think I got a real good grasp on it from when I was 10 till about 16 or 17. I think this would be 2010 or 11. I graduated in 12, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 2011 or 10 or 11, I met some guys that was doing recording, and they had a laptop and software, and we would all record songs, and they would leave the laptop with me to mix and master. So I would just stay up all night, every night, before school, after school, on lunch break, in class sometimes, just put my headphones on and I'm just tweaking. I would have like 100 different drafts of a song. So
Hell yeah.
It's a long journey.
Hell yeah, man. When did you start posting the like videos of you mixing and stuff?
Early on. I would probably say around that same time, freshman, sophomore year in high school, we had MySpace was kind of just going out. I had just got on it, but MySpace was kind of getting a little less popular, and I believe Facebook was out maybe a year or two now at this point, maybe a little longer, but
Right.
a year or two for all of the people I was in high school with. Yeah, about 2010.
Wow. So not a lot of people were
10 years.
posting that kind of stuff back then.
Nope. I was just, my boys would record me. That's really what it was. My boys would record me doing it, and I wouldn't have any other footage. So I'd just be like, yo, drop it. Like, yo, we're working on a song. What do y'all think? Or I'm editing this song. What do you think about this part? You know, just early on, I've kind of been a natural social media influencer. I don't mind talking to people and asking for feedback, and I definitely don't mind posting the behind the scenes.
What are the kind of results that you've seen from that?
Compared to a lot of other artists that should be on my same level, I see my fan base and audience a lot more engaging and a lot more loyal as far as coming back to see more stuff. Like, I'm posting skincare videos, which is like nowhere in music. You know, I was doing gaming, so I'm really like messing with my audience head right now so they can figure out what do I want to do. And I'm very surprised how much more engaging they've been. Like, with me doing this, it's like, oh, I can see more about him as an artist. I love his music. So I think it's nice for them to see more of me versus just being the artist and hearing the song or music video.
No doubt, bro. And I just had a conversation with somebody else about that. That's basically, at the end of the day, people are not going to support an artist. They're going to support a person.
Exactly.
And what you've done is introduce yourself as a person. Hey, I'm Eddie Bars. This is me. This is what I do. This is what I love. Be my friend. Come back. Come see what I'm going to do next, because you don't know what I'm going to do next.
Exactly. You're right. You're 100% right, man.
Do you do any kind of like video game streaming?
Yes. So I started doing Twitch. It's been a full 30 plus days now. I was doing Fortnite, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, GTA, and then everyone's been begging me for one racing car game, so we can, you know, I can battle people on there, and a fighting game, which of course I'm gonna choose Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is my shit. So, yeah.
How's that been going? You just started 30 days ago. How's that going?
First 2 weeks was absolutely amazing. I started right off with a schedule. So mine was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Week 3, I kind of ran into just a few personal things with work. We were doing a music video for one of the guys on the team, and I kind of missed my Monday and Wednesday. So I ended up doing Friday. Last week, the week before last, was absolutely horrible. I streamed like on Tuesday or Thursday, not even on my schedule. I've been getting back into the swings of it. I think what happened was there was a lot of initial energy to get it started. And then after I realized I have never done streaming, especially for gaming, I need to make sure that I make a commitment, you know, to those times and days and really stick to them versus, you know, saying, oh, I can just do it tomorrow or later on. So
what's your end goal?
I'm very excited about it.
What's your end goal with the video game streaming?
My end goal for the video game streaming is to be able to connect with new artists, potential models, and to allow some of my fan base and audience to have a deeper conversation with me for free. So I would love to hop on there once, let's say I get 100,000 followers by this time next year. When I go live on Twitch, hopefully I should be at a couple hundred people viewing it. I would love to tell one or two of those people like, hey, shoot me a DM, come and join me in the game. You can ask whatever questions. I'll play whatever songs in the background. We can even stop gaming for a second, and I can just turn on my regular cam. I want to use it to really help my fan base and audience connect with me without having to go to Instagram or any of the other platforms. And it's live, where they're not like, oh, I'm looking at a video or something. So.
Now, I don't know a whole lot about Twitch. They have a good monetization program though, right?
I believe so. Actually, it's very friendly and very fair. Already, I just started my account, and I think I need 1 week of over 5 viewers and then 50 followers. I'm already I've got 5 more viewers to come in and chat. So yeah, I'm like pretty much a week away from being affiliated already, where I can get people to subscribe. Yeah, they're very fair.
Bro, that's dope. I gotta get on Twitch.
Yeah, 50 followers, 5 people on one stream to come in and chat at the same time, and then an average viewer of 3 or more. If you have all of those, I think they offer you the affiliate. Big Pimpins, shout out to Big Pimpins, my boy. He put me on the streaming, and he is affiliated right now. So make sure you guys go check out Big Pimpins, BIGPIMPINS.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How do you promote the Twitch?
I promote my Twitch through Instagram and TikTok. So once I started my streaming, if you go to my Instagram, you'll kind of see where I was really pushing everybody to Twitch versus music videos or any other social media platform. It was like, hey, go check me out on Twitch or check me out on TikTok. And then my TikTok is just sending everybody directly to Twitch as well.
Now, I don't know about you, but I have a really, really hard time getting people to go from one platform to another. Like, I got crazy followers on Instagram. I can't get them to go to my YouTube to save my life, bro. Have you experienced the same thing?
Definitely. I've definitely experienced that. Still struggle with that. One tip that I'm using right now that might work for you is giveaways. The giveaways has been very good. What it does is it subconsciously makes people realize that if you can support me on this, it's no different to support me on this. You should be supporting me on as many as possible to get as much value from me. If you're following me on anything, then you should be actually following me. So if I'm not on that platform today, then you should check on my other platform. So giveaways has been really great. Hey, everybody that follows me on here, I'm at 3,000 followers. I would like to get to at least 100 followers on Twitch. The first, 10 people to go follow me or something like this, I'll give you a shout out. The last person by this date to do it will receive, giveaway. So a lot of people are like kind of waiting to do it and telling friends and stuff to go do it first so then they can do it last. Giveaway. So
that's smart, bro. What are you giving away?
Anything. Once I started the streaming, any video games that I didn't play anymore, some classic video games, good condition, controllers. I would love, when I get financially free or a little more stable, to give away an actual console. So Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and then mainly, of course, cash. So $5, $10, $25, $50s. And then I hit big on some betting. I was supposed to be doing a $250 giveaway, but I decided to pause on that. Some personal issues came up and the family needed it a lot more than a random person who, might not ever come support again.
So you're telling me about you were shooting a video for someone else on the team. Now tell me about your team, bro.
So I just collaborated or committed, and I'm collaborating with about 6 other people and artists, cameraman as well. We all just kind of been through the same path and journey that we spoke about, where it's really tough to just get something going. It's tough to get people to go from one platform to the next. Music videos are always iffy if you don't have at least one other person to stand in and do something, if it's just passing you something. So about 2 months ago now, we all came together, mutual friends, just naturally, the universe and God working. And we're like, hey, we should really help push each other, but staying focused individually. I believe that's been the problem with a lot of the other teams that I had, the several teams, is that we were all kind of trying to push as a team versus pushing individually and supporting each other as a team. So it got to the point when we were all supporting each other as a team. In the past, other people would get jealous if their stuff wasn't doing as good. Right now, we all understand we're individuals just supporting. So if I so happen to drop something that does better than everybody else or worse, no one should have feelings towards that, because the next one should do and could do a lot better, especially if we're staying consistent as a team. So we work on songs together. We all have studio set up. So if I'm not in the mood to record by myself, I will actually pay my homie on the team to put money in his pockets to record a song for me, just to keep the money circulating for all of us, to keep the energy circulating for all of us. Video shoots were all technically required, if need be, to come and support at that music video. That way we can make sure we got the right amount of bodies. If there's labor, we need someone to help us set up props or the background or something. Throw some money from the background, whatever it is. And then marketing, we all have committed to. If I see that post, which I should be checking at least once or twice a day, if I see that post from one of my team members, I immediately like it, immediately comment on it, and immediately share it as well. So
Absolutely, man. So you guys are shooting whole music videos for songs?
yep, whole music videos, snippets, trailers, yep, the whole nine.
What do you find to be the most effective content as far as music video goes?
For me so far, definitely the behind the scenes, if that counts. The behind the scenes for the music video is it's more important than the trailer. The behind the scenes really shows people like, all right, they're doing it. It's supposed to be on the way, and if you show cool parts of the behind the scene, they're excited. So for my biggest song and single, Royalty, my music video, I had some behind the scenes footage of motorcycles doing like burnouts and stuff. So everyone's like,
That's
oh
dope.
shit, like this is gonna be dope. Like they're doing burnouts, they got motorcycles, like 10 motorcycles out here, like this would be dope. And it went a long way where a lot of people were constant like, hey, when is it dropping? When is it dropping?
Nice.
When is it dropping?
Nice.
What do I need to do to make sure it drop? Like, because my Spotify has the donations page, so people are like, do I need to donate there? Do you need money to like?
Hell yeah, you need to donate there. What?
Exactly. But yeah, I was just like, no, we're gonna run up the single, keep pushing the Spotify single around. When we get to 100,000 on that, I will drop it as soon as possible. And sure enough, we hit 100,000 streams on Spotify, and I think I dropped it July 4th. I think for 4th of July. Like a month after the release of the single. So the single was June 3rd of last year. The video dropped July 4th. And the video's at 68,000 now. So it's been moving. It's been moving.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Damn.
And then the Spotify, we're about to hit 300,000 any day now. Like
Damn,
on my Spotify
bro.
artists.
What kind of promo are you doing on the Spotify?
Mike Check Global.
Okay.
MICCHECK Global. Mike Check Global. Go check him out. He's in my following. I only follow like 160 people. Click my page on Instagram. Go to following. Type in Mike or Check. I'm doing $400 a month, his starter package. And Instagram, Spotify, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Pretty much any platform that I'm on right now, they're just, using ads to send people to those pages, as well as using ads to send them to direct links. So the direct YouTube video, the direct Spotify link, or my Spotify page. And he's been around for, I want to say 10 years plus.
Wow.
He's got a lot of YouTube videos where he's face to face, you know who it is. He's got a nice team. And then most importantly, he's broken over 5 artists in the last 2 years to major record labels.
Wow.
Gucci Man, Young Dolph's people, like 2 or 3 other. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Any indie artist watching, bro, he's dropping gems. You better go rewind that and take some notes for real. Another thing you brought up, man, it's $400 a month. It's pay to play. I don't care what you say. This industry is pay to play. If you're not putting money behind everything that you're doing, it's not going to work.
It is not going to work. It is not. And for one reason alone, the market is beyond saturated by this point. No one can say, it's beyond saturated. There are more people than we would ever imagine trying to do this on the same level we're trying to do it, that might have more money than us. And if they come across the gym marketing and they take advantage and take that risk and put that money, this is why we see artists that's not as skilled as some of us surpass us, a lot faster. It's play to play. It's pay to play. And I took a while realizing that and doing it myself. But since I've learned and I've tested it out, I never plan on going back. I don't want to be that artist that's like, I'm just going to drop a song that's going to do good. Let me put a budget, monthly budget. Let me pay some company. Not only is it helping me, but it's helping somebody else. And I am a man of God. I believe in the universe. And I believe the more people I help, the more I will be helped. So that $400 a month is hopefully paying something towards one of his bills, for his family, for himself, where he can do for other people. Maybe he has employees, so that $400 could go towards the people he's paying on his team. And I've done a lot of research, and I think that's the way. Helping other people to get to where we need to go to is going to be the most beneficial, mutual way to get to the top.
Mad respect to that. And man, I need to find me a Mic Check Global for podcasts, bro. I don't know who they are, but I gotta find me one of them.
It might definitely be worth reaching out to. He might definitely, because he's a marketing company, so I'm pretty sure he does marketing for small food businesses, gym memberships. I'm pretty sure he does marketing for everything.
Shit. Hell yeah, I'm gonna hit dude up for sure, bro.
Yep. Yeah, let him know I sent you, and he's always working with deals and stuff. You know, I didn't want to expose it, but he hooked me up for the just $200 a month for the first 6.
Okay.
So the first 6 months, he hooked me up with just 2, which was a 50% discount. And then after that it expired, he really wanted me to go to the viral package, which is $1,500 a month. I just don't have it right now. So he was like, yeah, you know, since it expired, we're gonna have to do the 4, and I was like, no problem. And
sure. I mean, you saw it was worth it.
Yeah, and I've been seeing even more results. So we've been like no less than 300 streams a day on Spotify on royalty on that specific song, and with the 400 now, it's been like closer towards 5 a day. So we're doing like a good 10,000 a month easily on royalty. So that's how we're getting, you know, to 300,000.
That's crazy, bro. Them big numbers, bro. Them big numbers.
Yeah. Less than a year. We hit the 100K pretty much the first month. So I was kind of sad when I stopped paying for promotion and kind of backed away from social media. It slowed down a lot, but then I seen it naturally pick back up without any promotion. And then that's when I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. I paid a little bit, so they're showing me a little bit of the results. I need to keep paying, so when I really slow down on marketing or whatever, I'm still seeing those same results.
Exactly, bro. No doubt, man. Would you consider that your biggest accomplishment, the streams on royalty?
No, it would be top 5. Biggest accomplishment when I was 17 and 18, I was actually in a 4-man group, 4 boys in Chicago. We had some very wealthy managers. One of them owned the barbershop that Barack Obama, the president in Chicago, on 55th or whatever, they own that barbershop, like where he has like that glass case around the chair, only he sits in that chair. They own that. One of them was one of the biggest real estate agents in Chicago. Wow. And you know, that's a big market. One of them owned like a baby daycare chain. So like 20 different babysitters, and you know that's money. Yeah. They got us on the radio, like FM radio stations, like multiple different times, multiple different songs. We went on many tours when I was 18.
Wow.
To Atlanta. Gucci Man's mom, or Waka Flocka mom, the light-skinned woman who broke all these artists, that was our contact when we were in Atlanta. Like face to face, we went to many shows, 21 and up clubs. We were performing at all under 18, 4 boys. And yeah, she would come to the door and like have to cuss out security on how she booked us. We just coming in and perform. We don't drink, and then we're going out. They need to let us in. They need to stop making her have to come out her way. Yeah, so that was one of my biggest accomplishment, being on FM radio station and being able to tell people, hey, turn it on right now, turn it up. We've had some other really big ones, performances. I've done a speech for over 2,000 people before. I've been a keynote speaker at a gala where I've raised over like $500,000 in money for the state, for like kids that's been in foster care and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, just telling my life story. So that was a huge accomplishment, that people wanted to hear about my life story, and it helped raise over $500,000 that's given away to a nonprofit for the same things that I kind of went through as a kid, being in foster care or whatnot.
Tell me about that, man.
About 11 years old, right after I started getting into music deeply. Just was a very tough kid to deal with. You know, I had a lot of energy. No one could tell me anything. You know, the house situation at home wasn't the best. We all have our story. You know, mom and dad wasn't around. Single family mom, single mother, trying to take care of 5 kids. I was being horrible, and it kind of just brought social workers from school into our life. And from there, obviously, they always have something to find in any household. They saw things, us being a African-American family, they immediately were just like, no, this is unfit. This is negligence. They planted a seed in my mind that I shouldn't have had to deal with that no other families or kids are going through that. So I turned on my mom, temporarily and was like, yeah, I'm not eating enough. I don't have nice clothes. I don't have this, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, 11 years old, they were like, yeah, we're going to take you to this group home and then get you a better family, foster care. And I learned very quickly that foster care is a very shady situation. And one foster parent was 10,000 times worse than my own mom. Lock on the refrigerator, no phone. Then as soon as the caseworker would come, she would take the lock off the refrigerator, put the phone back upstairs, so it seemed like I was just lying. She would lock me outside sometimes. I'd be out there 3, 4, 5 hours, then still have to wake up and go to school. Then she's wondering why I'm sleeping in school and getting suspended or acting out. Moved to 5 other families. One of them was actually very wealthy, so I did have an amazing opportunity there to learn some things about opportunities and changing my personalities based on the opportunity. So in the beginning, I was still acting out, and then about a week or 2 later, I woke up looking at my master bedroom with a bathroom in it, my own room to myself. She was giving me allowance, nice clothes. She was actually very nice. And after a week, I was like, I'm not being this bad kid anymore. I'm going to show this woman respect. I'm going to, try and make this my mom, and move forward in life. And it went great for a long time. And then I started acting out again. Juvie came into place. I was doing a bunch of stuff I shouldn't. I can't speak on any of that in detail. But yeah, it was tough. It was really, really tough, man.
So then at 18 years old, you're out there performing, going to Atlanta, going to all these clubs. When did that end?
Right after, actually. We were actually still in Atlanta. There was some beef, animosity, weird energy going on before then. They were all family members. So the other 3 boys were cousins. I was the outcast. I was actually recruited to be their artist development teacher, peer, and I was supposed to get sponsored on a solo. Yeah, so my solo manager was a barber at this barbershop Obama gets his haircut at. He's bringing me there, young as hell, probably sophomore in high school or so, and he's like, yo, spit for everybody as I'm cutting you. So I'm just freestyling, young energy. I actually was freestyling back then, and everybody's mouths just dropped. Everybody starts to trickle out. He knew the owner, so we were there for like 2 hours after I got my haircut. And he's like, yo, this is the owner. He wants to talk to you about an opportunity. So he's talking to me, tells me how amazing I am. They got a 3-boy group that they're forming, and he wants them to get some type of coaching. They don't know as much about the writing, in the studio, performing. So yeah, they closed me on being a developer for these guys. I go into my first meeting, I hate to say it, but there was like no experience. The writing format was bad, the delivery, the timing, the cadence, the concepts, just everything was pretty, on the amateur side. So I started showing them all these things I know, and they're just amazed at how I'm their same age or a year off, and I'm just so further, So they end up, without me knowing, they talked to their parents after I left, and they're like, yo, you should get him to join the group. You should get him to join the group. And the first 2 or 3 times I said, no, Chris is my solo manager. I want to be solo. I've done this before 3 times already, and they never worked. I want to be solo. I just want to be solo. So they started kind of guilt tripping me after 2 or 3 things, and they're like, oh, before we start on you, we need to get them a song recorded. So you're going to go to the studio with them. And since you're going, you might as well just write something to that same song and get on the song with them to show them. And sure enough, we recorded that first song. We had really great chemistry. I put a lot of hard work into making sure they were recording it right. So when they said like, hey, it's either us as a group or nothing, we're not really looking to sponsor you solo anymore. Me being a kid, of course, I'm like, yeah, cool, let's do this. I'm eating good. Our sound engineer was from Chicago, of course, Music Garage, Chris Barnett. If you Google him after this, he's the guy that did Chance the Rapper's coloring book that went platinum. I think he's Grammy nominated or award.
Wow.
He did Sway Lee and Wiz Khalifa's collab that was really big a year ago, produced and engineered it. And he did almost all of Lil Pump stuff. He's still currently, that's what he's doing. Lil Pump.
Wow, bro.
Yeah. So he did Lil Pump's Get the beat and the engineering on it. And so Lil Pump is just probably paying him a 50 to 100,000 a month to just record songs, and he travels with Lil Pump.
Wow.
But yeah, he still follows me back on everything.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yep.
So you're going on tours and everything, and yeah, how did it come to an end? Like, when did that stop?
So we were in Atlanta, bad blood. We had got to a really bad argument, them being cousins and friends, me not being a part of that. I started to feel like I was being treated unfairly. We do a music video. They would all have matching outfits, which the universe is crazy for this. I would have to come up with my own. So the whole time, no matter what, on all of our footage that's still out there, it looks like I'm the leader and they're my backup crew. And they're trying to like make me feel bad that I didn't have money to get stuff. But yeah, so people were always pulling me out to the side and being like, yo, you're the one out the group. You're the one. At one of our last shows before we split, a woman had did it, and she did it for like 2 hours, and they got mad at me because I wouldn't walk away. But she was talking about God. I really felt the energy. They didn't say we had to leave. It was more of, hey, stop talking to her, she's doing too much. She reminded me of my mom, my grandma, so I just stayed locked in with her, and I felt the energy at the end of the night, them being like, oh, you're letting people pump your head up. Don't forget, we're on the same level, and if anything, such and such is our leader. So yeah, and after them saying that, it's like, well, if he's your leader, then he can actually lead you guys, because I've been the one leading, whether Tyler or not. And if that's how it's gonna be, then I'm gonna make him put his money where his mouth is, So I called my sister and I was like, yeah, I don't want to be here. They won't give me a bus ticket home.
Wow.
Real. I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to go. I had told them a no originally. I was trying to split before we went. So my sister got me a bus ticket home, and they told me. I remember like it was yesterday. We were sitting out in this nice ass gated community, big ass pool that we had to ourselves, and I'm like running and jumping, trying to like land halfway to the pool. And I remember coming out, and they asked, they was like, yeah, so what you gonna do? You called your sister earlier. I was like, yo, if she hits me back and she got the bus ticket, I'm going, bro. I'm not feeling it. And they're like, well, we just want to let you know if you leave, then you're out. I was like, bro, I've been trying to be out. Like, I don't give a fuck. And I left. And after that, they felt away. They had to do a lot of stuff with just them now. They actually had to temporarily find like a stand-in for certain things. It was like, yeah, this is Eddie Bars. Like, it was so like out of a movie. It was crazy. Like, they had a guy standing in interviews just so they didn't look bad.
Wow.
What happened to Eddie Bars? And then, after a couple months of it, and I started releasing my own singles, like a couple months after I officially split, I released my first single by myself, and everybody's like, yeah, like, nah, don't fuck with no groups, bro. You outshine people too easily. You have too many different sounds, your energy. For their sake, just be solo. So yeah, we end up splitting from that. But yeah, before Atlanta, I think we did St. Louis, Indiana, and like 2 or 3 other states. Like, we were there like a month or 2 or a couple weeks, and they literally been connected. We would have like 4 shows a night, 18-year-olds, like 21 and up clubs.
Yeah.
Like, we'll go in through the back door, perform, and then they make us leave right away. Right? But yeah, so that was some of my bigger accomplishments over the royalty. The numbers are amazing, especially on Spotify. I've never hit it, but the value and the feeling of accomplishment was a lot bigger for those things.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you're an 18-year-old, and okay, so when you get home, back to Chicago, you've just been doing these tours. Everybody's telling you that you're so much better than them, that you should just go. What did that do to your ego at 18 years old?
It made me realize that I need to stop focusing on other people's opinions more than my own. But in this life, when I'm looking around at everybody and myself, what really helps, or what I see helps people, is when they're locked in on what they want and what they care about, and not what no one else. I'm talking mom, dad, wife, husband. If you want it that bad to the point where you're going to regret it on your deathbed, then you probably should do it, and you should stay focused on how you feel about it. Nobody else. Just God. If God is sending you signs and you feel weird in your heart and your stomach, then you probably might not supposed to be doing it. But if you feel good about it, and when you try and do it, you feel good about it, and God and the universe is sending you blessings to make things happen, stick to it, and don't pay attention to nobody but him. When it gets tough, talk to him, because everybody else is probably dealing with their own crap.
Big facts, bro. Big facts, man. What have been the biggest obstacles you had to overcome?
Biggest obstacles are the balance between income and surviving and trying to become, an industry level artist or independent industry level artist. I struggle with overworking, which is very good for when you just have a regular job, or if you're trying to be just an artist. I can make more songs than most people in a day, good quality songs, performance wise, I could probably outperform, longer, more shows in the night. But the same thing with my job. So it's like I'm killing myself on the music, and then I go to work and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll stay for extra 4 hours because such and such. Or I'll pick up an extra 12 hours this week when I should rest. And then I find myself exhausted from working, where I don't have energy for music. Then I make music too much because I'm in the zone. And then I wake up and I'm like, I'm not going to work. Like, I'm exhausted. I just stayed up all night. I just put a 24/7, and this song is so dope. Like, I just want to get the mix finished. I want to go shoot it. So that's been my biggest obstacle, is having enough money financially to still survive and take care of myself, especially with the new addition to my family. I have a kid, my very first son.
Congratulations.
18 months. So yeah, that's been the biggest thing, is it's not just me anymore. I would sleep in a tent on the side of the road, shower once a week. I'm fine, I'm cool. But now that I got my son, it's not acceptable. So I have to have a house over his head. I have to make sure he's eating. So I have to have a job, which for me, I've been wanting to get rid of for a long time. I actually had just got rid of the job. I was doing Uber only, and I had to go back to a traditional job on top of Uber and music again.
What is your job?
Plastic mold injection. So I create. You would never think.
I would have never guessed that, ever.
Yeah, I'm in the warehouse, not the normal traditional boxing, tape, and ship and stuff. Like, I'm in there, 3,000 pound crane, blocks and stuff I shouldn't be breathing in. Like, I'm setting things but yeah, we create almost anything plastic. Like, anything plastic you're looking at right now, we most likely can make it, do make it, or have made it before.
That's so interesting. Yep. That's so, I've never known anybody.
It's fun as fuck. It's fun. Like, I feel like a man when I'm doing it. I'm like, I know about tools and torque wrenches now. I know all the sizes of my Allen wrenches. I'm like, okay, I feel like a man now.
Hell yeah. No, I know the feeling, bro. I've had a few jobs like that where I'm like feeling really good about myself for what I'm doing. Like,
Yep. I'm learning.
What's the dream?
The dream is so big. I am still working on organizing it properly. The must-haves in my dreams is financial freedom, to the point where I don't have to work at all, where everything is delegated, where I can travel and find problems that resonate with me that I actually want to solve. So I would love to be able to just wake up and say, what country, what state, what city are we going to today to help get better position for our youth? So more community centers. I don't care how many's in there. I want 2 more community centers. I want these to be free ones. All people have to do is, maybe sign something for tax write-offs or whatever. But, I don't want any excuse for families to not be able to put their kids in a better position before 18. So whether that's, giving away cars at 16, through the schools and being able to write them off or something, finding or giving money to each family in the city or state to help their kids create their own business versus having to go work a job. Credit repair. I want to be able to put credit repair into, or credit building into, the high school curriculum. Like junior year, senior year, credit building should be just as important as their SATs or whatever. Like, if you turn 18, you should be able to go get a car, 0 money down, low interest rate. Their interest rates are kind of fucked right now, so more of like a 10 or a 12. A year or two ago, more like a 3, 4, 5, or 6, where the parent doesn't have to come out their pocket. There's no excuse why your daughter or son don't have a car, so they can go work and become an adult faster. So things like that. I really want to just have enough money to really make changes for other people. Yeah, I feel like that's my purpose. I have way too many talents and understanding on all of this to not give back as much as possible.
That might be my favorite answer I've ever gotten to that question. That's an amazing answer, bro.
I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really mean it.
Before we end it, man, is there any kind of life lesson that you want to drop for anybody watching?
Ooh, one that I'm going through right now. God wants to work on people when he wants to work on them. Stop getting in his way. We are not here to save each other in entirety. We're here to assist each other. He is here to save us. We're here to assist. Sometimes we can get to the point where we're over assisting. That's what I'm doing now, and it has caused someone that I care deeply about to have to go through a tougher situation, to learn it the hard way because I didn't remove myself earlier, where they would probably have already learned and experienced and grown. So yeah, stay out of people's way. If it's going really, really, really bad, it's okay to take a break from helping people and focus on yourself. Don't try and overdo it. Let God work on them. That's what he's here for. We're just here for the assistance. When you get that gut feeling that this person isn't appreciating the help, it's probably time for you to back off and let God continue to work on them. Yep.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. This has been a conversation filled with gems. You should just go back and watch this a few times and take notes, y'all. I mean, this is how to be a successful artist and a successful person and just a good person all around, for real. Mad respect to you, bro. This has been Conversations with Character with Eddie Bars. Hit him up. Follow him up. I'll see y'all next time. Peace up.
Peace.
The most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network.